Welcome back to the channel. We're in the last days of harvest today, and we're probably going to get finished up today. And I said in my last video that we're having a bit of a bad time with the spring barley. It was yielding very poor, like 1.5 tonnes an acre, which is very, very poor. And we've moved away from these big fields now. Like round the edge, it was an absolute disaster. The drought had really taken its toll, and I thought this is terrible. Got into the middle of the field and it was actually quite a lot better, but it still wasn't amazing. And we've actually moved now. We've come a couple of miles away from the yard, and unbelievably, the outside again, we've had a bit of rabbit damage up against the A1, this motorway here, but that's always been a thing. But actually, we're really surprised. The tables have turned the complete opposite way. It's probably doing 3 times the amount of what the other fields were doing, but yet it was all drilled on the same day, if not the day after. It's all the same variety. There was nothing done differently. The only thing I can think of is the soil type is exactly the same as well. Stony, not really sure what's going on really, but this is farming. This is the things that make your head hurt. But I do think that this might have had a little bit more rain, possibly. You know, I absolutely no idea. So what we're going to look at today, we're just going to have a look at the combine again with our twin antenna system. I want to have a look at how accurate it is, and that's what I've been doing. So what I've done, I've harvested one end of the field, then I've gone to the other end of the field, then I've gone to the middle of the field, and then we're sort of going back the other way as well, and we're checking sort of all that roll again like we talked about before. So the twin antennas are working together. We're rolling over to the left, we're rolling over to the right, and as you can see, we're getting complete straight lines continuously, and we're getting on well with it. In the last video we looked at, we're putting it on the tractor. We haven't actually really had time to try that yet, because I've been doing this. I'm a little bit disappointed that the Buffalo turbine hasn't turned up, but we're going to be looking at that in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm deliberately not going to blow the combine down immediately. We're going to leave it until that comes, so we can have a good go with that. So right. Let's go and see what we've been doing in the combine with the satellite steering. So we're back in the combine now, and not overly fantastic crop. Just because like I said before, we haven't had the weather, the rain that we need. Look, only a few bales, but anyway, it's better than not having anything at all. And one of the things I've been doing, I've been trying the satellite out. So if you can look across here, you'll see I've harvested like the middle of the field. And then I've left it a day, and I've wanted to come back here because I want to see if it's still accurate. And as you can see, because we're using the base station on the yard roof over there with our fixed position, it's still working really, really well actually. So if I'd have done this before, we wouldn't have been able to do this. So for example, I've never had the steering on the combine, but when we're on the drill, if I was to drill part of this field, I'd put some A and B lines in, and I'd start drilling the field. Then if I had to go back to the yard to get a bag of seed, I'd then come back, and these A and B lines, these lines here, would have moved over slightly. And then sometimes if you turn the tractor off and you hadn't saved the field, it'd completely remove all the A and B lines. So it was nearly pointless. It did work well, but it wasn't as good. Whereas this now, every time I come back, the lines are always in the same place. That's the whole point of RTK. And we can just carry on like normal. And those lines will be there again next year, 10 years time, however long we want to use it for. So we can now use the same up and down lines continually. Look, you can see the tram lines are at slightly different angles. And that's why I wanted to just test it and do that end of the field and basically see, you know, what was it going to do what we wanted it to do. And obviously we've got the U-turn built in as well. I'm not even stick that around there like that, just keeps turning itself around, which is fantastic. Gonna go straight up here, look, up there, and off we go. So what I've just done here to give it another test, we've got 3 strips, look, one just there, one there, and then when I come back down here there'll be one here. You can see them just on the screen, one there one over there, and then there's, if I zoom out, look, there's the other one just there. Done all them, look, which is that bit there. And hopefully this is going to completely fill the bed and not give us any gaps down the side. So I'm going to turn around, probably, which one should I go down? I'll go down the middle one first, come down, then come back down here and see how we're looking. Look at that. Absolutely perfect each side. Filling the bed up. You can't say better than that, look. That is precision farming. We're now on our final run. Once again. Perfect. So what we're going to do next, we're going to go over to this one and do the full run up the field. You can see I've just left a strip in the middle of nowhere for no reason other than that I want to test it and just see how it sort of looks really. There we are, look. Perfect. Perfect. I'm just taking up this final row, which is literally in the middle of the field. I just decided to leave it and just wanted to see how accurate it was really. Now we're going to move over to this bit of the final, what would there be there, probably final 25 acres of the field. So we're now back at the other end of the field, the worst part of the field, as you can see. This is, unfortunately, you can try as hard as you want. The establishment was good, everything was good, but if you don't have the weather to support it, then you know, this is just the way it is in farming. But we are excited because our headland U-turn that we've been doing doesn't just U-turn and go round like that. You can see this bit's all been done and we're coming up to our boundary, and it actually knows how to turn round on a bit like this. So if I sit that back there like that, just turn that off, it now knows that it's got to go round here. It's then going to go up over here, and then we're going to come back down and we're going to follow this row down here. That's what we should be doing anyway, hopefully. So we've come up here, just come around that bend. Yeah, that's right, look, we're coming into view. We can see that green line going up and round there. That's going to head back to that line now, hopefully. We'll see. Of course you are. God, isn't it clever? Then it's going to come back to this one here. Are we going to get it? Oh, look at that. Absolutely bloody perfect. Last row over here, and my dad hasn't got a mirror on the back of the JCB, and we need to move the header trailer, and he couldn't be bothered to use the tractor, so he's bought the JCB and he's got a strap on it, pulling it to the other side of the field. Yeah, okay, normal. How good is that? I've never ever finished in the middle of the field with such a perfect read. We'd usually start at like that end, go to that end, but never have I started, moved all the way across, done a bit that side, done a bit this side, done a bit over there, come back to the middle, then come over there again, come back, and it's absolutely perfect, look. Mwah. So that's all the steering and everything working. The radiator's blocked up again. There's a hole somewhere and I cannot find it. So there's like this, obviously this whole section lifts up, and that's obviously the pre-screen that stops all the muck getting in the radiator basically, but there's somehow it's not getting in the seal around the edge because it is completely sealed. So I can see that the seal's working okay, because none of the air conditioning radiators getting anything in. But you see up there, look, it is absolutely, you know, there's big lumps of straw, there's all sorts getting in. So once a day I'm having to clean it out, and I just don't understand where it's coming from. So whether the brush around the outside, I've cleaned all that out, no idea. So we're just having to go up continuously in the mornings and clean this lot out. So air filter, here's the air filter. Let's stick it inside like that, look. Get some loads of power in it. Right, our last field, it's okay. If we're going to put the straw chopper in gear though, because I'm feeling lazy. So, like that. And I think that's ready to go. This field is rented, and kids have got loads of dirt jumps here, and they're always having fires. You see all that all burnt. But last couple of years ago, I think the whole lot caught on fire because all the kids have been having a fire. So this is the furthest field. Look, more stuff down there that's been burnt. Yeah, it's rabbit damage just here. But this field is a bit just suffered from lack of moisture. So this is our last field of harvest 2026, and pretty much straight after this, even though we've got the straw chopper in, we're just mapping the boundary out again, we'll have to come up here with a cultivator and cultivate it, because otherwise, because I'm chopping the straw out the back, can't really see it very well, it's very dusty. We need to cultivate it in case it catches fire, because it's near a lot of houses across there. On there, so Dad will get up there with a cultivator pretty quickly after this. So I just thought I'd get some drone footage as well of the RTK working, and it's just absolutely perfect in this field. And if we look at this picture as well, we can see how I've just gone up and down, like triangled this field out. Very, very interesting. So as we move on from this field as well, we're now going to go into our last field, and we're going to complete our harvest 2026, which has been somewhat disappointing in places, but it's probably the quickest harvest ever in my career. You know, we are today, what date are we today? We are 20th of July. And we wouldn't usually even be starting the wheat for another week, but everything has been completed. So it's yeah, this is what happens. We've had 3 heat waves in a row, and instead of ripening the crops off, and it's just killed them. But obviously that means they haven't had time to ripen naturally. But anyway, look, it is what it is. We can't do anything to fix it. All we do, we start the rotation again. So after doing this, we're going to be getting the cultivator on. Well, we're going to be getting the baler on first, and then getting the baling done. The next little field we're just going to go into is a very small field on the way home. I'm actually going to straw chop it because I think it's kind of pointless, you know, even baling that. So we'll go and have a look at that next. Anyway, and that is harvest 2026. Completed. Letting all the cars past. Neighbours finishing their last bit of spring barley off. All traffic gone. Off we go again. So that is our harvest now done. We are back. Combine's parked just there for the time being until we can get sorted out, and we've come across our next problem. Dad was loading the muck heap, We're just about to get some videos of the muck heaper in the muck spreader, and got over halfway through and he's snapped the end of the ram off just there. So I'm going to have to, we're going to lift this ram. We've just pressure washed it. He's also backed into something, look. So that's, I still need to get these mud guards fixed. So we're going to have to lift this. This is actually just, this isn't one of the main lift rams. The main lift ram's around there. This one actually does pulling. So that's probably why it's pulled the end off. So we're going to lift it out and get it on the welding bench and basically re-weld that up. Just as I was in the field a minute ago collecting the bales, because we've baled it all as well, James rang me at PX Farms and says, can you get a video of us going past? So here they are. So yeah, right, let's get this out, and we're going to get it on the welding bench and just buzz that back on so we can continue, because whoever's welded this, it's not very, it's penetrated okay, but it's, no, I don't even think it has. Look, it's just split all the weld, and it's only penetrated on that bit there. So we're going to need to put plenty of heat on it, and I don't want to go and burn the chrome too much, but I'll be able to do a good job of that. So this is the bit we've got to weld on just here. That has got to be welded on the end here, and what I've done is just soaked a load of old rags, put that there like that. Need to put welding coats on. I've got a new one, but I haven't even taken the tags off it. I was going to use my new air-fed welding helmet, but I didn't realise you've actually got to put the filters in and put it together, and I ain't really got time at the moment. So I'm going to weld this on and see if my welding's any good. It'll be easy to position because that's literally it. It didn't fit any other way. Right, let's do this. Right, so I didn't film that bit because what I actually had to do, I had to stand this upright and then get my dad to stand on the table and then like spin it round slowly. But the result is very, very good. How about that? That is what you call a banging weld. There's no way that's going to break again. That is no way going to break. Last field now to bale up. We're just, I'm doing it basically behind the combine from the neighbours because the straw's so dry it will just go straight behind the combine. So yeah, it's easy. This is when it works like this. But I'm pleased. I want to get this done. There might just be one more field to bale for somebody else in the next couple of days, but very small amount. So we're pretty much there now. Real pleased with how it's gone. Very easy. The yields have been pretty poor, but you know, that's just the way, like we said earlier, that's just the way farming is. But we have made some large advancements on the RTK steering, so we're going to be looking at that again in the next video with this one, with the 8S, and I'm really looking forward to that. Very excited. So yeah, hope you've all enjoyed that video. Don't forget to subscribe and like, keeps the channel running. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all in one of the next videos. See you later. Bye bye.